So I got myself some used modules. I actually have 3, and these are old Sharp modules. And these have the older connections on them, and I want to upgrade these to MC4. So in this video I'm going to show you how to do this. Here is the end result, and then here are the 2 MC4 connections that I've made, and then I have them going into an extension cable. And then I've got a combiner here that combines 2 modules, and that goes into my motorhome. And the way I do it, they're just too big to mount on the roof. I just carry them in the motorhome and just put them out when I get to the campsite. So in order to do this effectively, you're going to need an MC4 crimping tool like this one, a pair of wire cutters, wire strippers, and you'll need a male and a female set of MC4 connections. And here we have them set out here. The small one goes into the female connector, and the big one goes into the male connector. So you need to take this out of the sun. So I'm in the shop and I have this all set out, and I want to identify the cables. Now the one on the left is the positive and the one on the right is the negative. So the first thing I'm going to do is snip the end of the positive off and work one lead at a time. Now I have these laid out in order how they go, and the positive is the one on the bottom, but the interesting thing is the positive takes the bigger connection and that slips inside, and then the negative, which is the female, actually takes the positive lead on the inside. And that's counterintuitive, but that's just how it works. So the first thing we need to do is put the little clamp on, then the water seal, and then strip the wires to length. Here I'm just going to take a bigger one and cut off the outer sheathing, and then I'll go down to a number 12 in this particular case, and then strip it down to where I need it. And I'm going to give these a little twist, and then I'm going to put that in the connector there, and then what I need to do is I need to clamp that closed a little bit, and that's in order to get it into the crimper right, because if it's a little bit too wide it may mess up and miss the little prongs. And so we're just going to slip that in, and you put it up so that the U is up, and then we are going to give that a crimp. So I'm going to start slowly to make sure that that doesn't slip out, and then make sure that I've got good contact, and then when there's a little bit of pressure on that wire, then I'm going to squeeze the handles all the way to the bottom. And a tool like this makes a really nice crimp. That's good and solid, and it's not going anywhere. It bends it all the way around onto itself, and it'll never come loose. So at this point we put that in there till you hear a little click, and then slide that seal forward, and then we'll just tighten that down. Now for the negative terminal, we repeat the process. I've already stripped it and put the seals on, and then I'm going to just crimp this one too. And now note this one is the smaller one that actually is the male connection. And so we're going to carefully do that in and crimp it just like we did the other one. And then when that's all done, we'll slide it into the female, and then we'll slide the water seal down and then slide the other one down. Now you'll notice on this one that that sticks out a little bit in the female connection. And so that's an important thing you want to look for to make sure that it is sticking into that hole a little bit. And when that's all done, I'm going to test it. Now I'm here in the garage and I do not have any light on this at all, but there's enough ambient light that I can check the polarity of the module. And here you can see it is correct. I've got 18.9 volts in the shade, and the polarity is correct.